Hey y'all, it's Pastor Billy here. I'm the senior pastor at Trinity Lutheran. We're going through the Being Challenge, and you have made it to day 9. Community helps you find purpose. Obviously, I'm being a little bit silly this morning. It's great to be up early in the garage. A little cooler this morning than it has been, so I'm even wearing a little jacket. But it's been powerful to wrestle with what it looks like to respond to an invitation from Jesus, where he says, at least in the summarized version from Eugene Peterson, walk with me and work with me and watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. It's a simple invitation that Jesus used different words to extend to people. He said, follow me. And in the following of Jesus, particularly the disciples that we see in the New Testament, they had lives they were living. They had gifts that they were using. They had jobs that were providing for their families, and many of them stopped and began to follow Jesus. They stopped going fishing for their work. They began to spend each day with Jesus and allow him to shape what they used their giftedness for. So what's powerful is Jesus packed their life with a new purpose, and it was one that he just said, hey, follow me and I'll show you. Today in our reading and in our reflection, there's so many powerful things that could be brought out. But I just want to think through and wrestle with, on a personal level, but also with you, the reality that many of us live our life with this kind of dream that there is somewhere else in some other context, not the one that I've achieved yet, that I am supposed to be so that I could fulfill a better and higher purpose in my life. And oftentimes I think there's a perfection viewed of some context, that since there'd be purpose, the context would certainly, of course, be perfect. It'd be nice. It'd be so easy and monumentally fulfilling. And some of that, maybe there's some truth mixed into all of those things. But what we're encouraged today to think about is that God has given you gifts now, and he has you in a community now. And perhaps he has called you to that specific community with your specific gifts, and that you don't have to go very far to actually discover purpose. Now, there are two things that I'll summarize briefly that the Pastor Zach brings forward in the Being Challenged book. He says that God has created you, so you've been created with a particular giftedness. So that means that there's a particular passion and thing or things in your life that you'll be good at and that you'll care about. And he's also then called you for a purpose. And so summarized well probably is just several scripture passages that get to the most basic kind of thing. If you're like, man, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing, and you're waiting on something grandiose, like, some way that you're supposed to change the world in the next 2 years. Scripture keeps it more simple for us. And so there are passages like Psalm 82:3 that says, defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Micah 6:8 says, he has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. And he said to them in Mark 16:15, these are the words of Jesus, go into all the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. And then in James 1:27, he says, religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. The reality is there's lots that God calls us into as we commit to community. And some of that means the very community around us and fulfilling the purpose God has given to us to love our neighbor. And in doing that, there's this powerful joy that can come. Part of the last several days has been to look at other people in your life, the community that you have, and to say, man, where are they excelling in keystone habits? And in this sense, I think it's a powerful way that this is worded in our book today. And so I'll show you quickly, and then you'll be able to probably see this on social media and stuff later throughout the day, but it's this page right here. And that page says, find people who are living for a noble cause, join them. Yeah, perhaps part of doing a survey of the community of people in your life is finding out what are the things they are living for, the things they are passionate about. And perhaps they can help you to discover something that God has written into your purpose that you hadn't realized yet. So today is a day about that, just reflecting on people in your life in two ways. One, those who are living for a noble cause and you admire that. And perhaps it's time to ask them if you can join them in that cause. And the second is to look and see how God is sending you to be able to be a support and a source of love and care and good news for the people that God has put in your life each and every day. I pray that God blesses you richly as you reflect more on that today. God's peace to you.